So today we are testing that whether Claude can actually find out errors in the financial model. So I'm going to mess this financial model up, but right now it doesn't have any errors. So let's first understand how the error checks are built and let's mess those error checks together and then ask Claude to fix them and see if it does actually or not. So right now we are on the error check tab. We have balance sheet error check, which is asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. And the cash flow closing cash should tie out with our ending cash in the balance sheet. And the revenue segment should be equal to the total revenue in simple words. And debt schedule should be equal to the schedule closing balance with what we have in the balance sheet. That's similar for the property, plant, and equipment. And that was the integrity schedules that we currently have. And the next schedules that we want to tie out are profit and loss schedules. So it starts with EBITDA. So EBITDA should be gross profit, operating expenses minus EBITDA. So what we are doing is we are taking operating expenses and adding the gross profit with them. It should have been equal to what EBITDA is, right? And then what we are doing again is earning before interest and tax. We are finding that amount and then deducting that also. And interest expense should be tie out with the schedule and pre-tax income tax. So all these error checks are here. And if we scroll down, we are matching up G&A expenses with what we have in the assumptions, sales and marketing with assumptions, and driver's tax independent. So let's mess them up. So balance sheets. So let's go towards the balance sheet. And instead of having 500 here, just add random 400 here. You can see we haven't started showing up errors. And again, let's mess things up at 300 here. So it should have messed the balance sheet and let's 6679 right here. So if we just go back to our error checks and see, it should have been shown up. So let's do another error check, which is cash flow should tie out with the closing cash. This is our cash flow and we can just have the values right here of $500. And if we just go towards our balance sheet and change this to $900 for October, then check our error check. This should show up there, right there. There's a difference. And we have a segment of revenue should match to the total revenue, which is matching up our income statement to each other's. So we are going to income statement and these should match up, right? So I'm just adding 90 here instead and add 89 here and add 97 here. So also verifying it by going towards to show it should have pick up some errors. So let's go move towards the debt schedule. So the debt schedule, we can just change what we have in amount of debts, which we currently have in our long-term liabilities. We can just go there and add few random figures. So it shouldn't match. Let's move towards back and see if they are showing up. Yeah, they are showing up. So property, plant, equipment, similar thing. We will go towards our balance sheet and add up few random values there as well. Let's add 456.3. And for this, we can just mention to the wrong cell. So J, instead of J, we can just write L. So it should show up errors. Instead of M, let's try D. Let's see how the error checks are performing here. So property, plant, equipment are showing some errors right there. So we have been just doing this for integrity checks. So let's move towards the other error checks that we want to play with and let's see if Claude's find out or not. So let's move towards EBIT error check. So we will go back to the income statement and we will change our general administrative expenses, sales and marketing expenses. And instead of doing this, I'm just adding this randomly. So it would show up in errors and let's see how it goes. Right now we have played with EBITDA type. So we have to also add the interest expense because the interest schedule should match with what we have in our income statement. So if we just go to the net income and we have an interest option, so we will add different amounts instead or change the values there so it will be difficult for Claude to find out. Okay, we have a circular reference then. So it's good because we can also ask Claude to fix the circular reference for us. So it will be a lot of heavy lifting for it. Along with that, I think these are a lot of errors that are for Claude to fix. So we can just go to the Claude and make sure we have selected Opus 4.8 because that's its latest model. And we can just ask the Claude that actually to fix this error. Let's first check that we also have this circular reference. Right now we don't have any. Okay, fine. So hello, can you help me to fix all these errors? So all the errors are appearing on error check tab. So all the values should then be zero instead of the value appearing in the integrity checks, in income statement checks, and along with other checks. And the status of the financial model should be financial model working properly instead of errors showing up there. So I want you to actually look into all these things from income statement, balance sheet, integrity checks. Cash flow should be matching up towards ending balance in the balance sheet along with the schedule should match up with what we have in our three statement model. So let me know if you need any questions to answer from my side. And please, can you fix these errors for me? So let's see how it goes by approaching these errors. So it actually went there and fixed all of the errors to my surprise, and it actually did it very fairly quickly. It's less than 2 minutes. He find out all those errors and fixed them for me. So how we find out? So he just went out and find out all the non-zero values which are actually there in our error checks tab. And we just scroll down to find out how he find out the root causes. In the income statement, he find out that the assumptions tab are not actually tying through, and we have added the random values instead of tying back to what actually it should have tied out. And we just scroll down, he find out more broken changes in the cash flows, in the balance sheets, and all that. So instead of hard coded, he put the manual figures which should have the formulas right there. So he also changes the values by itself by changing them to the formulas. So if we just go back and find out that how actually he did it, so if we just go see, so we have changed the cash flow right here. You can see the formulas are now working properly from here. And we go towards the account receivable to match all the values. So instead of fixing those things, he also explained how he actually do that. So I think Claude can do this. So if you have any errors in the financial model, no matter how big those errors are, from where they are coming through, Claude can actually fix these, and it can help you to actually find out them, fix them, and make your financial model more robust. I would recommend you to actually add a lot of error checks in your financial model because error checks are actually a backbone for your financial models. If you don't, you will not find out that how to fix those errors which are appearing right 5 minutes before your meeting, which is very bad. So if you need anything else in this video, if you want me to create another video regarding this, you can just let me know in the comment section and we will go from there. Thanks.